Hey peeps, welcome to another video. Today it is my June fabric haul and sewing plans, and I say that really loosely. I have been coming to you for the last couple of months with giant piles of fabrics or giant piles of patterns that I want to make, and it's just not quite happening the way I envision it happening. So I want to try something a little bit different. I do have a giant pile of fabric next to me. I had intended on June being big print month, but I think what I need to do, because May was supposed to be border print month, and I think I ended up making 3 border prints in May, which wasn't what was meant to happen. I made quite a lot of things in May, and I have got 3 sew-alongs from the things that I have made in May coming to you guys, but it wasn't quite what I had envisioned. So rather than do big bold print months and only pick big bold prints from my stash, which I have got 2 down here and I have got more in there, I think what I'm going to do is kind of give you guys an overview of the sort of things that I want to be sewing this month, and say that there's probably going to be a wild card in there as well, because this is me we're talking about, and I do get distracted by pretty shiny new things all of the time. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. As for fabric haul, this is all from the stash. None of this has been bought new for this video, but some of this is newer than others, let's say. So yes, I have grand plans again for June. I'm going to share them with you now, and yeah, let's get started. So the first fabric I have is this rayon that I got from eBay. I've got 5 meters of it. It's nice and wide. I'm going to be making my 3rd McCall's 7974 with this. I'm going to be doing the floor length version, or the, well, I think it's going to be ankle length on me, but the long version of it. And I'm also going to be putting on the puff sleeves with the little ties, because I really like those. And I have done a sew along for the 7974. I've made 2 so far. The first one I followed the pattern instructions, and I just hated how the insides turned out. It was fine on the outside, but the insides were not pretty. So I made another one that I fully lined the bodice of, and it's just so much nicer. So I will be doing a pattern review on the 7974 this month once I have made this dress up. I think it's going to look really pretty. This was fairly inexpensive fabric, so it's technically wearable muslin fodder, because the second thing that I want to do with the 7974, other than the different sleeves and different skirt length, is I want to raise the front up by an inch, because oh my goodness, it's cleavage-tastic. I clearly don't mind cleavage, but it came actually down to here, and you could see my bra. So I want it to come probably not even this high, maybe kind of like, yeah, the midway between this. That's fine, as long as it covers my bra, it's fine. I mean, technically I can wear a plunge bra with both of the ones that I have made, and you can't see my underwear, but I prefer wearing balconette bras, and to do that I'm going to need to raise the neckline up. So I am using this fabric for that. And this one is completely Rachel's fault. We're chatting on Facebook, and she happened to mention that she'd found some eBay sellers that had some beautiful viscoses. Rachel, all your fault. I think there's still some more of this, so I will link it in the description box down below if there is. Next up we have the Vogue 8997, which is going to be this month's sew along, and I'm going to be making View C, which I believe again is a calf length skirt, and the sleeveless version, because as much as I like the flutter sleeves of A, I think the flutter sleeves with all of that skirt might be a little bit much, and I do prefer to wear either kind of like little grown-on sleeves like this, or sleeveless dresses, because of the types of cardigans that I wear very frequently. So this was actually up for a vote on Patreon. I had 3 different fabrics for you guys to pick from, and the Patreon peeps picked this beautiful, very beautiful rayon viscose that I got from the textile centre many years ago, and it's got orchids and lilies and leaves on it. It's really pretty. You may recognise this. I have made a McCall's 7537 out of this fabric with the pink background, and I really love it. The print does actually run from selvage to selvage, so it runs that way rather than down the length of the fabric, but I think it's going to be wide enough that I will still be able to cut the full length skirt pieces on the cross grain. So it's going to be interesting, and I know I'm also going to want to lower the neckline of this one just a little bit, because I have made this before for a customer for her wedding dress, and it is a little bit high for my taste. So I have two fabrics here sitting here next to me to show you, but I have two dresses that I've already cut out and that are just waiting to be sewn up, and they are Vogue 8577s. One of them is going to be in the Liberty Carline print and the other is going to be in the Lady McElroy Amaryllis print, both of which were birthday presents. One this year and one 2 years ago, 3 years ago now, wow. So yes, I have already got those cut out. At some point they will be made up this month and I am excited about it because I've had that Carline lawn, like I say, for 3 years now, and it really does deserve to be a dress because it's one of my favourite prints and I think it's going to be beautiful. And that will mean that I have 5 of the 8577 and I don't think I'm going to stop there. Sorry, not sorry. They are 2 other dresses that I would like to get done this month. Then I have two prints, two sets of fabric next to me that are absolutely beautiful and ever so slightly terrifying. So the first one is the Dolce, I don't know if it's actually Dolce & Gabbana fabric, but it's definitely Dolce & Gabbana inspired fabric because hello, this is the 2020 runway. But I have the Cockatoo panels. So as you can see, this one, I don't have a full panel. This is from M. Rosenberg or Stitch Fabrics, and they had it listed on as half a panel because there was sun damage to the bottom edge, which I think you can see, and also the print itself was cut off. The panel, usual panels are 1.5 meters long, and I have 2 of them. I have 2 of the full panels, but I have one. Like I say, I got this because they had half a panel available and I snapped it up. And this is going to be perfect because I'm going to use this for the bodice of a dress. Now, when these panels came up, I saw them, my mum saw them, my mum emailed me about them. I was meant to be on a fabric buying ban, and if mum emailed me about them, then surely that meant that I could get them, so I did. They are gorgeous, and I was thinking long duster coat with the panel down the back so that you could see the entirety of the Cockatoo, and there's somebody has made one of those and it looks absolutely stunning. It really is effective, and I kept thinking about it and kept thinking about it, and as beautiful as it is, it's not the sort of thing that I wear ever. It's just not. So I could put all this time and effort into making this thing and I just probably wouldn't ever wear it, or very infrequently. What I do like wearing, what I do enjoy wearing are dresses. I really like dresses. So I'm going to attempt, and I really hope this works, but I'm going to start with this one so that if it goes horribly wrong, then it's not the end of the world and I'll still have the other 2 panels down there to go back to making the duster coat and not interrupt the print. But I am going to do the by hand London Anna bodice with this. Now bear with me because I keep trying to do this and I keep ending up with too much fabric and I can't get my arms out and then it all goes wrong. So yeah, here we go, right, okay. So I reckon that that's going to look pretty good because it's got some pleats, it's got some waist pleats down here, but I reckon I can get the majority of this Cockatoo onto the panel, the front panel of the by hand London Anna bodice. Then what I'm going to do, I put a waistband into my by hand London Annas, so what I'm going to then do is I'm going to take the plain fabric and use that as the waistband, and if this works, I'm then going to cut out circle skirt panels from, so let's say the waistline cuts off about here, which I'm kind of hoping it does. I'm going to have like a grey band going through there where his feet should be, and then I'm going to cut the circle skirt panel from there, so it kind of looks like I have a Cockatoo sat on a panel at my waist. That's the plan. I hope it's going to work. We shall see, but like I say, I'm going to cut out the bodice first from this whole panel, and I think I'm going to be able to get the back panels from kind of this part of the fabric with maybe a little bit of this going on, which is not too bad because I think I'm going to have flowers coming out, or leaves coming over my shoulders from the front. So yeah, kind of have that, and then this be the centre back seam, all dark, and then I think I'm going to end up with a giant parrot circle skirt on my butt as well. So that is the plan. I hope, I think that's going to work. I'm going to end up with some really random offcuts But I'm going to embrace some more of the Dolce & Gabbana 2020 runway show, and they had these giant prints but kind of on shorts, on little dresses with the parrot on it, but you know, obviously different way, using it a different way to this one. They kind of embraced the large scale nature of the print and just went for it with the clothing anyway, and I'm hoping that's going to work. But like I say, I'm going to try the bodice first and we'll see how that goes. We will see how that goes. But this is I think it's a linen blend. This has been washed and folded, but it's not creased hideously like I am led to believe that some 100% linens can. But I am excited to work with this one and see what kind of a dress I can get out of it, because as I say, a dress is just far more likely to be used in my wardrobe than a duster coat. Wish me luck for these, please. And then the final fabric I have to work with is another giant print. So, and I mean, when I say giant, it really is giant. See? Big flowers, big flowers. So this is a beautiful, let's see, what does it say on the side? Super Java Supreme Fashion. This is a beautiful African wax print that I was gifted for my birthday from Karen probably 3 years ago now. She sent me an Etsy gift voucher and said that the only stipulation was that I had to buy an African wax print with it. And I looked through the whole of Etsy and there was just such an overwhelming choice of fabrics, and I was just, I don't know. And then I saw this one and it has, I don't know if you can see, but it has crystals on it. And I was just like, okay, I'm done. Crystals, it's shiny, I want it. And big flowers. I've forgotten quite how big the flowers were, because I was thinking I could use each flower motif in a section of a skirt and maybe make a double circle skirt, because I've got 5 meters of this. In fact, I think I've 6 meters of this. I have a lot of this. Having looked at it, I don't think that's going to work, because the motif is actually the entire width of the fabric. So this is going to be a really difficult one to work with as well, because it has these beautiful crystals stuck all over it. The other thing is, this has been put through the wash once and it's still really stiff. But I'm just wondering if I should put it through the wash again to see if I can soften it up a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know what I am going to make with this one. I kind of think it needs to be something without too many panels, which is why I was thinking, you know, because I thought the motif was smaller, I was thinking I could just put a skirt on each panel and that would be great. Maybe a giant circle skirt, and then again kind of just embrace the fact that it's giant, and you know, have a giant flower bodice. That could be very cool, couldn't it? And again, like I said, it's got, because there's enough of the red that I could cut a solid red waistband, I think, which would have, because that's one of the things that I found with really big prints is I used to, for example, the Alexander Henry pinup girl prints, I used to just cut the waistband out of the same fabric and it broke it up a lot, and I ended up with random like head, just disembodied severed head on my waist kind of thing. So now I tend to put in a solid coloured waistband on smaller pattern pieces so that it doesn't break the print up as much. So yeah, I'm excited to get experimenting with this. And I said to Karen last Sunday on the hangout, I said, I'm going to work with your the fabric you bought me for my birthday. I said, I'm terrified of it, and she's like, me too. I was like, I'm glad it's not just me. I'm glad it's not just me. I think this is so beautiful, and it's just it's, you know, such a bright colour and bright pattern, and yeah. Who knows what I'm going to make out of it. Probably will have a circle skirt on it, because let's be honest, that's going to work really well with the stiffness of this fabric and give me a nice poofy dress. And then a fitted bodice. Ooh, I wonder if one of my new Gertie dresses would work with this. They do have a lot of panels in the bodice, but I think I might get away with that. Ooh, yeah, maybe like the Liz dress or something, because then I could put this here. Ooh, possibly, that's exciting. I'm not 100% sure what this is going to be as yet, but it's going to be something very beautiful, when I finally get there. That's my sewing plans for June, and as I say, there may well be other things that get thrown in there as we go along, because this is me we're talking about. I do have the attention span of a gnat, so yeah. But anyway, which one are you looking forward to seeing the most? Do you have any ideas for some of the fabrics that basically these two. Do you have any ideas for what to do with these fabrics? Because I'm not sure. We shall see. It's going to be good. Anyway, I'm going to stop wittering now. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.